Now, the election is obviously still very much a nail-biter. Trump and Clinton fighting for every square inch in the battleground states. Now, just yesterday, a Monmouth University poll had Ohio split by just 2 points, 44-42 in favor of Clinton. And post-debate focus groups suggest Clinton is making gains with both millennials and undecided voters. And there are a lot of people out there who say, you know, what are people waiting for in order to make up their minds? Let me give you a quick stat. In 2008, millennials, ages 29 to 35 at the time, 74% of them in 2008 said they would definitely vote. Obviously drawn into the race by the passion of Barack Obama and the thought of our first black president. Now, same age group, only 47% say they are likely to vote. Why is it so much lower? Well,
they're just not that excited. Look, what's interesting is what's happening in Ohio. The last poll that came out from Monmouth had Trump ahead by 5. So that's a pretty big swing. The question is, if what Hillary needs to have turn out is a little bit dicey right now. Yes, she's gaining with the millennials in terms of polling, but we don't know if she's going to gain with voter turnout. They're not excited.
Yeah.
It's not the only community she has to depend on. She needs the black community to turn out in big numbers, at least in certain states.
Yeah.
So this remains an issue. We don't know if that polling will translate to votes.
I don't think it's deciding which candidate. It's more people deciding whether or not to actually leave the House. That's going to be an issue.
I mean, but I guess you could make the argument that millennials are the least served by these two candidates.
Absolutely. Yeah. Plus, well, Obama, he just was likable. You know, she's trying to do the same things that he did with, making himself relevant, or making herself relevant in pop culture, making these jokes. She's just not good at it, though.
Yeah.
He's good at it. You can't fake it with like the Pokemon go to the polls. I will never ever forget the Pokemon go to get out of my face, please, and never talk to me again.
But here's the thing with her too is that I think that for a millennial, they've grown up in a world of customization, right? They can have their groceries delivered to their door. They can choose when and what they watch on TV. They can have their personal stylist for $20 a month. She's the absolute opposite of what they've grown up in, the world they've grown up with, right? She wants one size fits all for a generation that has literally no idea what that means.
That is one of the best points that I've heard. Like, this is a generation of customization, and you're absolutely right. I mean, whether it's an app, every business model, it's immediate and it is tailor-made just for you. It is a bespoke culture.
But he's no different.
And she is, but with her, when you're talking about free college, when you're talking about health care, and you're talking about these one-size-fits-all policies, that's all she's got.
But that's all, I mean, it's a great point. It really is. But that's all anybody who's running for office has got.
No, not necessarily.
Well,
not when you're talking about
this election.
Who has customized?
Anyone, Calvin Coolidge.
Okay.
Because
is he running?
Yeah,
sure.
I wish.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah, gets it. She gets it. All right, don't miss FBN's special live coverage of the second presidential debate. Of course, it's happening this Sunday night, starting with Trish Regan at 6 p.m. Eastern, followed by Lou Dobbs at 7, 4 in the West. Neo Cavuto is on at 8 p.m. I will be joining them in the Lou. That's a nickname for St. Louis. I'm not going to the bathroom with them. All right, coming up. Maybe. Obamacare is starting to become a top campaign issue. Can Donald Trump use the failing health care plan to his advantage over the next month?